Hi everyone. Today over here in this video, I'm going to share with you 7 common SHA Qi in Fengshui that appears at home, and of course how you could go about curing them or remedy them. Yep, I'll start off with the very first SHA Qi, which is the sharp edges. Very often you'll find sharp edges in a house that has a rather odd shape, or it could actually come from furniture with very sharp edges, yeah, or corners. So when you have such sharp edges pointing at you while you are sleeping or while you are working, or when you look out of the house or the window, the issues that it brings is that there will be petty people around you, people gossiping about you, people backstabbing you, and you will also realize that you can't really achieve your goal easily. Yeah, so typically how you can go about solving them is relatively easy. What you basically need to do is to round the edges, and there are many ways to go about doing it. One possible way is that you can actually use some rubber or plastics that you can stick on the on the sharp edges so as to round the corner. And the other way is by growing some plants or hanging some plants around the sharp edges so as to block these sharp edges. Yep. The other SHA Qi that is very common at home is actually having the kitchen sink next to or opposite the stove. So as shown in the diagram below. So this problem, it is actually the case of water and fire clashing, and it can lead to arguments at home. Yep. So how we go about solving them is by having plants. So you can basically put a plant between the fire and the water element that is between your stove and the sink. And if your stove and the sink is opposite each other, then you can consider putting some island or blocks over there or plants over there in order to separate the stove from the sink. So a typical way that people will be using plants, but it is also very important that you use the right kind of plants. You would not want to put plants such as snake plants or cactus with very sharp edges, because this could actually worsen the situation. So one type of plants that is commonly used that I use myself is actually the money plant as shown in the picture over here. The other problem that is very common as a form of SHA Qi at home is that you have the toilet door facing directly at the bed. So what happens is that the qi from the toilet, which usually is not very pleasant, will be going into the bedroom. And what this actually creates could be some health problems, or it could actually result in petty people around you, or obstacles that prevents you from achieving your goal. Yeah, so how you can go about solving this is actually by having a screen that is blocking the door and the bed. You could actually consider a full-length screen, like what is being shown in the picture over here. If you do not like a full-length screen because it's blocking your way, you could also consider a hanging one, yeah, which you can hang at the door. Both solutions are equally effective in trying to separate the toilet door and the bed. The other problem that is very common in homes is having the mirror facing the bed. So while you are sleeping or you're resting, you could actually see your own image in the mirror. The problem with this is that it will result in you feeling lack of energy, feeling very restless, no matter how long you sleep or you find that you would still wake up feeling very lethargic, very restless. And the worst thing is that if you are experiencing something that is negative, like for instance, like bad dreams, stress, depressed, the mirror actually serves to magnify and worsen double the stress that you face. So to remedy this, I think it's quite simple. First of all, is to remove all those unnecessary mirrors in the bedroom. Yep. And if you do see yourself in the mirror when you are lying down, then you basically can cover up the mirror using a piece of cloth, or you can just move the mirror so that it does not reflect you. Yeah. A very common method that people use is basically to hide the mirror behind a closet. So it is only when you open up the closet then you will be able to see or use the mirror. Yep. And so you can do many ways to solve this problem. Just remember that the mirror should not reflect you, the door, and the window in the room. Yep. The next common problem is actually got to do with the toilet. Yeah, toilet is a very important feature at home, but where the toilet is, it does affect that aspects of your life. So typically people would not want to have the toilet at the center of the house because it does cause some health problem. And if toilet is in your wealth sector, you may also face some problems relating to holding on to the money that you have earned. Yeah, so if right now you are trying to find a house, to buy a house, then you can consider finding a house whereby you have the toilet in the most inconspicuous part of the house. But if you already is already living in a house right now, and you do not plan to move, then there are also some simple remedies that you can use. For instance, try to keep the bathroom door closed all the time. If you do not want to close the door, at least hang a curtain or the screen at the door. Yeah. Another way is that you can also keep the toilet seat cover all the time. Especially after flushing, so as not to flush the wealth away. To remove the SHA Qi, another way is by putting in some healthy some plants in the toilet, so as to suck out all the negative energy. Yep. The next SHA Qi I'm going to talk about is the block viewed entrance. What this basically means is that when you enter the house, you immediately see a big wall, a big cupboard in front of you. And what this basically means is that Qi is actually being blocked from entering the house. And this what it means is that it blocks off positive energy, it blocks off opportunities, because the area near the entrance of the house becomes very cramped, very stagnant, and it cannot really move very smoothly into the house. So the remedy to this, of course, if you can, you remove the wall or the cupboard so that there is a brighter or hallway when you first enter the house. Yeah. If not, you could consider like buying a painting with 3D quality, like a landscape. You hang it on the wall so that it looks like you are looking out of the window. Yeah. Another way is to put a mirror at the side wall so that the energy is so-called being deflected into the house. Most important is to let the air or the qi circulate in the doorway. Yep. The last problem that I'm going to share with you is having a beam above you while you are sleeping or while you are working. Yep, the beam could be parallel to you while you're sleeping, or the beam could be, across your body or your head. So all these beams are going to cause you some health problems, or it's going to result in stress when you are working or what you are sleeping. So all this negative energy that you would want to remove. So if it is just some false link at the top, the easiest way to remedy this is just to remove them. Alternatively, you should actually move your work or your desk, study desk or work desk, or your bed away so that you are not at the beam area. So again, if all this can't be done, at least make sure that, if the beam is sort of like, tilting, then you should actually move the desk or the bed so that, or the headboard of the bed, so that it's at the higher end of the beam. Yeah, so that's all I have today. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope that you like the video, and if you do want to watch more video, do hit the subscribe button below so that you'll be notified when there are new videos coming on. Yep, thanks.